Hey guys, it's Parzival. I also go by Will, and here I have the last two sketchbooks of my giant sketchbook backlog. These are my transitionary sketchbooks for 2015 and 2016. So I started them in 2015 and then finished them in 2016. Apparently I was sketchbook copying a little bit since I normally only have one of these, but I had both of these in that time frame. So yeah, we're gonna start with this one. This one is just like a little museum notebook sketchbook that I got when I was in the UK. I actually love going to museums because I always look for like a small notebook or sketchbook or something from where I was. So this is actually one of three like holographic. You can see that the cover has like this shimmer, and they have dinosaurs that you can see move on the front. And this was from, I think it was the Museum of Natural History. Let's see. Does it say? It does not, but I got this when I was in England, and I got two other matching ones for my sister and my best friend. So I started it on October 31st, 2015, and ended it on February 10th. So this is my character Ame. This was Dana for Magical Hostia again. This was a color palette challenge where I was using yellow and black. Another thing from session where Vale got injured. He died like 3 times that session. Or not just that session. In the entire campaign he died 3 times. Some more pattern stuff with Emery and just normal like pens. A doodly sketch never finished. Emery in a pretty green dress. Silas, because I was still doing more style stuff at the time. So I wanted to try a simpler style for smaller sketchbooks like this. This was the study of, it wasn't my shoes, because I don't wear shoes with laces, but it was somebody's shoes. This is my character Malvolio again. Just some doodles of two of my classmates. This was the first doodle I did of my OC3. She was originally, and this happens a lot, I will gender bend a character and then the dynamic is different enough because of like how they deal with things or how things work for them that I eventually just make them into their own character and change their backstory because I like the design or I like the dynamic that they bring to the table. So this was the first drawing of my OC3. This is Dana in a boob window Christmas sweater. She was not super amused by that. Dana again. Another character from the Magical Girl group. This was Kat. Another picture of Dana. Another character from the Magical Girl group. This one was from Constance. This is when I remember I was trying to really like use up a bunch of cheap art supplies that I had because I didn't want to use them anymore. So I just tried to use them as frequently as possible. And it really was interesting because it forced me to do some art that I really wasn't used to doing. So like there was this palette challenge where I was trying to use up this green marker and that green marker. My character 3 got an internal compass in the group, so I drew her with that. My character Regis, because I decided to throw him into Constance as well. A capital-light version of Gawain from Hunger Games OCT. Regis again. My character Detivo. Some concept art for like a building challenge thing, but I never really went with this idea. My character Solomon, and this is with gold Sharpie, so I don't know if you can tell, but this is shimmery. I thought that was fun. A pen doodle of Leia. Emery in another dress, because I want to do flower crowns and pretty dresses. Another concept art thing that I was doing with teal brush pen. Regis. 3 again with some more patterns behind her. 3 again. Regis, this was for February 1st, clearly, because I labeled it and dated it, but I was trying to draw backs, and I was trying to do shading. Didn't really work out, but I tried. Leia. Epicenter 0. Another palette challenge with my character Silas, where he was all pink. Some more gestures. Solomon again. So I actually do have the concept art of this character Solomon in the other sketchbook. A sketch they never finished. Some pastel piece of my character Current. My character Seer, who I don't really use. And a doodle that I never finished. So yeah, it was just a really small, simple sketchbook. I actually really liked this one, but again, it was not for anything super serious, but for just have a sketchbook to carry around, fit in your bag, fit in your, I guess, pocket if you have big enough pockets. This is a really nice one, and it was fun. The paper's really thin, but I enjoyed it. And then there's this one. And this one I started in December, and I ended it in March. So I started this one when I was abroad in Germany with my sister. This is my Guild Wars 2 character, Meligant. He's a Salvari, so he's like basically a plant elf. This is stuff from Free Your OC, where I was trying to draw some of the characters there. A doodle of a different style that I want to try out, that I don't use this character anymore. My character Leia. My character Levi, he's another character who originally used to be another character, and then I decided that I was going to turn him into his own character. So he was a teenage version of my character Vale, and I liked his style and interactions, and how he would have turned out if he were a teenager raised in the current time period as opposed to the time period he was raised in. So I kept him around. So his name is Marvel, and he goes by Levi. This is when my friend had pastels, so I tried to draw with them, but I'm not very good with pastels. Another character from the Magical Girl group. Sketch of Levi again. Leia. 3 and her friends who are trying to cuddle her, but she has no idea what's going on. 3 and a balloon. I believe I turned this into a finished sketch later. This is the first drawings that I had of my character Solomon, who was originally supposed to be like an evil self-insert, but I just turned him into a character. Solomon again. This is when I found the one of my favorite drawing utensils. It's the, what's it? Wow, I call it my favorite drawing utensil, and I don't know what it's actually called off the top of my head, because I haven't used it in a little bit. It's a Pentel Stylo pen, and I don't know if I have one on me right now. I do not. But it's basically a disposable fountain pen, and I find it really, really fun to work with because it's got more of a pencil-y type feel to it when you're drawing with it, which was my main problem with using pens. They always felt so metal-y and so different. And the Pentel Stylo works wonders, in my opinion, and it's also Copic-proof, if I remember correctly. These are thumbnails from my Hunger Games audition. Thumbnails, 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 thumbnails. I remember I did that audition in like 2 days, or 2 weeks, and it was the fastest I ever did a long comic. My character Dana doing some shield magic. I believe this is my friend's character Adrian. Yes, that's Adrian. A character of mine named Callista, who I don't use very often. Some more thumbnails. Some pen stuff that I could only do because I didn't have an actual like blocking pen with me. This was for Witch Zona Week 2016. Some more doodles. This was a pen doodle, and I just worked with what I had at the time. Another doodle of 3 where I was trying to stylize her and make her more like wavy. I didn't really like how that turned out though. I was trying to do another like pen like marker thing, but I forgot to swatch the purple, and it turned out a lot darker than the actual blue. So God, I did not like this. This turned out absolutely horrible because that was not what was supposed to happen. This is from Session. This is my friend's character, Ariana. And she got 18 successes on her dice roll. More thumbnails. Quick comic. I was practicing with a red brush pen that I had. My character Regis again for Constance. And as a reminder for those who haven't heard, Constance has like a bunch of alternate universe worlds, so there's a lot of different versions of my characters in there. Levi is a superhero, or super villain in this case. Seer again. Tara and Tiefin, who are actually Seer's parents. Gawain and his boyfriend. My character Tybalt's younger brother, Leonardo. That's Gawain's twin brother, Galahad, when he's older, and he has changed his hair. And my character Delka's mom, that's Caithness. Character design for a character I don't really use, she's just an NPC. Her name is Quinn. More notes. More random doodles and thumbnails that I did at one point. Me again trying to use brush pen and just doing some random doodles. I think these were classmates. Doodle for my character silhouettes for Constance. I was trying to do some ribbon stuff, but this one turned out nice, and I hated this one. This one is another priest NPC for the Vampire Hunter story that I have. Bennett and Dan, two of my oldest OCs. My friend's character Ashley. This was not safe for work, so I covered that. This is my character Regis again for another version of the world in Constance where everyone is based off a fairy tale. So he was based off of diamonds and toads, and so when he speaks, he drips jewels from his mouth. Pen doodle when I couldn't doodle in pen for some reason of my friend's character Ashley. My character Emery. And this is when I had to correct someone because Emery uses they, them, theirs, not he or she, and people kept calling them either she because they were wearing a dress or he because they thought that Emery was a dude. My character's brother Blade. Some monster designs. Gawain and his district mate for Hunger Games. Gawain was District 4, so he was a career district, so he met with all the career kids. These were the career girls from Hunger Games OCT. There was a lot of purple-themed characters in Hunger Games OCT as well, so I drew this for all of the purple-themed Victor girls, who were relatives of a previous victor of the Hunger Games. Some thumbnails and character/concept designs for the bit, which was going to be super fancy, and we explored a lot of different designs for that. My character Lydon. Another dramatic thing with Gawain and his district mate. More outfit concepts. Gawain throwing a banana at my friend's character. Doodle of Dativo. I believe this was for a test for a project that I did for House of Leaves. More concept art for the outfits. Even more concept art. There was a lot of concept art that went into this actual design process. And these were thumbnails of the designs I think that we ended up going with. This is more design stuff that I did with watercolors that I borrowed. Watercolor picture of my friend's character Malachi. I am not very good with watercolor though. It doesn't like me, but generally I'm not very good with painting anyway, so maybe another day. A comic I did for Hunger Games. This was one of the final design thumbnails that I did for Gawain's outfit. This is another picture of the careers for Hunger Games OCT. More Hunger Games OCT doodles and a doodle that I did for commission that I eventually turned digital. More Hunger Games stuff. My character Leia, because I got this like really nice teal blue color and I wanted to use it for something. Hunger Games stuff in 3. Brush pen and pencil doodles. This is my character Raja, and in one of my other sketchbook videos I mentioned that he is a Quilava Gajinka, and then this was a lemur that I saw, or maybe it was a meerkat? I think it was a meerkat, because I went to the zoo with my friends, and I saw meerkats, so I tried to draw it. I also tried to draw goats. My character Cameron. A somewhat figurative drawing of, like, my tarot deck. So I tried to, like, turn it into a figurative humanoid. I have the Deviant Moon Tarot, so I tried to design it, but it didn't turn out nearly as grotesque as the actual deck is. And I use grotesque in a, like, an artistic style sort of way, not that it's disgusting or ugly. It has a specific style. More goat drawings. My character Detivo and his best friend Garth. More Detivo. This was a style test that I did for Jinzi, also known as, I think their other username is Skip to My Lou, and I will link them down in the description. And Detivo again, and Garth. Detivo in a bottle. 3 again. Silas is a snake. My character Santiago, I redesigned an outfit for him because he was going adventuring in the Pokemon region, so I gave him an outfit because he's not good when it comes to choosing outfits himself. He likes blacks and grays, so I gave him an outfit with color. This is another doodle of Detivo and Garth with, like, it's like the red string of fate, but it's not red because it's not a romantic relationship. They have a very strong platonic bond. And I think this was another 3 picture, but I never really liked how it turned out. And some doodles of my professor's dog. So yeah, this is what I did, and I ended this on March 21st of 2016, so this is almost a year ago. And I think I've come a long way since then. But this means that this is the end of the giant haul of sketchbooks that I had backlogged. Now, that doesn't mean there's not any more sketchbooks from my past. I have quite a few that I haven't shown, that I just could not bring out for one reason or another. I still go through like one sketchbook every 2 months, so you will have those as well. And I have a bunch of folders of old art because I didn't use sketchbooks until I was in college. So yeah, there's that. Oh, and I also have the oldest sketchbook that I ever had from when I was a sophomore in high school, and this sticker is not going to stay down. It's an old sticker, so I suppose not. I'll have to put some, like, Scotch tape or packaging tape over that so it'll stay down. But yeah, I do have tons more old art to show you guys if you're interested in that, and my current art sketchbooks as I finish them. I also do speed paints, as you guys all know, and those I like talking over. So if you have any suggestions of things that you'd like me to show you, or things that you want me to talk about, you can leave that in the comments below. Or you can contact me on any of my social media, which I will have links to in the description. I will link anyone who I've mentioned in the description below as well. And as always, thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Bye, guys!